everybody, it's me, Lightning Bliss again, back with another TF2 critique. Got Twink in the background right there, always watching over me while he guards my luggage. So we're actually picking up with the next episode that left off from Guardian Angel, and that was involving Sweetie Bloom and Ink Rose, and of course Silver Quill in the back doing pranks to everybody. So this episode leads up to another episode where it's primarily focused on Ink Rose and KP, called Scouting Things Out, and we're just gonna get started with it. And I love how we're basically taking the episodes and creating story arcs with them a little bit, and like continuing off from another one is always fun and brings like opportunities, of course. So yeah, let me fix my mic. I've actually been testing my microphone volume, hoping that I'm not being too loud. So hopefully this won't be as loud as the last time. Anyways, we're just gonna get started. In 3, 2, 1, go. Still haven't rendered out in higher quality yet. We're getting there, because I could see the pixelation.
Look, I swear, I really don't know how that got there, officer. I mean, Doc. I was just digging and it was there.
The portal to Tartarus was just there.
Well, I have to get home somehow.
I mean, who would dare put something like that there?
Look, it doesn't matter.
Those were vectors of Silver Quill that I borrowed
makes you so sure
to imply
about
that, yeah,
Because
he
that
is
thing's been
the
open for months,
anti-Silver.
and nothing, demon or otherwise, has attacked us yet. For unholy abominations of evil, trespassing isn't on their list.
Maybe because they already have one on our territory doing it.
Lawful evil type, we shouldn't worry too much. But Firebrand, I expect some more open communication in the future. I don't appreciate the frequency of these preventable surprises.
You're right, I'm sorry.
That goes double for every pony outside.
He's on to us!
Run! Poor voice.
How did you know they were there? You're right, dumb question.
Well, I'm gonna go. Just know I've got my eye on you.
I also took liberty to creating puppets for KP and Ink Rose recently because they needed more vectors.
I deserve that.
And
hey, Ink,
so
can we talk?
You're gonna notice some inconsistencies slightly with
with all our
Ink
prank
and KP.
shenanigans, the super forms that everyone's been dealing with, you and I haven't been doing whatever we're supposed to be doing.
Huh. Same could be said for a lot of us.
I like that
But I
KP's
think I see
taking
the
initiative here with
we
her
could be doing
class.
some more actual scouting. Okay, so where do you want to scout?
We could scout Tartarus.
Suggest that again, and the pits of Hades will be far from the worst suffering thou shalt endure.
Okay, Wonder Woman. Yikes. You could scout out Dusty.
Wait.
I
You're
wish I
suggesting we
added
should
like an effect
spy
where
on the
like
one guy
glass
who can
breaking
destroy
on
our
ink.
whole team in a flash, potentially
regret that.
accidentally provoking him to do so.
I guess I wasn't thinking about it at the time.
Well, got nothing better to do.
There we go. Let's
Exactly.
fly. Take off, ladies. I wish I could add actual flight animation, but that would take up a lot of time.
What's he doing now?
You know,
And
you
Vector
could've
did an
brought your
amazing
own
job with these
binoculars.
I have
backgrounds.
more important things to carry.
Like?
My phone. Downloaded this new app called Discord, but I'm not seeing anything chaos related. I think it's false advertisement.
Surely you can't be serious.
I'm serious, and don't call me worth
Was it really?
half and half and slowly dropping.
Later.
All you have to do is take a cup of sugar, add it to the mix. Then add a little pandan leaf and ginger, a bit of salt, just a pinch. Making this drink is such a cinch, a teaspoon of vanilla. Add a little more than you count to 4 and you never get your filler.
What's he doing now?
I wish I
Heightening the
had
chances
ingredients to
Hasbro's
throw
gonna
in
sue.
there.
What?
I remember
butchering a
Josh
beloved
Scorcher
classic.
recommending
Welcome
it,
from
but I
Fate.
didn't have any to work
Boring.
with.
Why can't we do something
And
cool? Or evil?
think-
or cool and evil?
I think
Why,
this is when I started to
don't know.
feel a little
Why don't we just go
overwhelmed
over there and ask him?
Hey, that's
because
a great
I
idea.
was doing most of the vector and editing work by
I
this
was being
point,
sarcastic.
and as a result, I was trying to keep my sanity without making too
Resting
many
up before
assets.
me.
And I figured if I don't really need to make them and just make Dusty look cute, then it'll be alright, but I still regret not having a whole lot of vectors to work with. But when you're the only vector artist and editor on the team, this tends
What's
to
he
be a
doing now?
result.
I am
Luckily,
so
we
sick
fixed
of that
this.
question. He's just sitting there and reading.
No,
That's
I
want to
point out that Vector Brony has been helping me, but he has to work too, so a lot of the time I end up doing it myself.
30 seconds from now, when you ask me again, I'm going to say the exact same thing.
All
He's
this was
just
his
sitting
work,
there
though. These
and reading.
backgrounds in ink and KP
What's
right
he
here.
reading?
Oh!
He was reading a good book and waiting for you to notice exactly where you were standing.
What?
Wipe out!
Oh, son of a...
Is this soy?
Yep,
Is this payback for that time with the robots?
yep,
You knew we were here the whole time?
yep.
Everything you were doing that seemed completely innocent was really just setting up this elaborate and kind of ironic karma bolt because you wanted to mess with us like the sociopath that you are?
Yep. So, call it a day.
Yup.
Yeah, I call that a day. I want to point out that it doesn't turn into an
Okay, who's
oasis.
standing, guys? Here comes the big twist. I'm an angel, and we're in heaven. Ha ha! This was a test all along. Ha ha! No, I'm pulling it. There's no heaven. It's hell in every direction.
Hey, Ruby. Back from the supernatural market.
Hey, you brought souls. Good stuff.
Well, I gotta get back. I don't think they suspect anything, and I want to keep it that way.
Hey, when you go back to Earth, make sure you tell everybody I'm the devil now. Oh, I'm gonna be famous. Oh, I'm gonna be more famous than Lord of the Rings.
Or the Hobbit. Oh, come on, Krogar. Is it too much to ask that you pick up after yourself?
Why don't you stay a while? Stay forever! Ha! I'm kidding. You guys are gonna have to go pretty soon.
So, okay. A lot of work, a lot of other people went into this project. So Vector Brony had a lot of hands-on in this one. Luckily, he did assist me with those backgrounds, but by that point, he had to go back to work, so I didn't have a chance to ask him for more assets, like ingredients to throw into the pot, so I improvised with Dusty Cat. The Demon Silver Quill, those were all Silver Quill's assets, vectors, and the only thing that was mine was the fire effect coming out of his head. Yeah, a lot of the vector work is still Vector Brony's, whereas I've been, like, again, putting more of my own vectors into it for more expressions. These days, recently with the newest TF2 video that actually came out today, so by the time you are watching this, hopefully you guys have gone and watched it. These days, not too long ago, like, probably 3-4 months ago, not 2 months ago, somewhere in that, we started getting more help for me because it got to a point where, well, Vector Brody's extremely busy and I'm doing all the work basically with the editing and artwork that Doc and the others felt like, okay, we seriously need to ask for more help. So Eliora and Tyne-Daga and Finn the Pony have been helping me with editing. But it still came down to the fact that I was still doing a lot of vector work as well as editing. So I actually, as much as I love Vector Brody, but he's busy too, I think he and I both need help. I ended up asking for Brass Polish to help, and so he is basically helping me out there. yeah, at this point, I don't do major vector work anymore. I only do basic poses where I need it. Though I just might make a very large vector or for for another upcoming project that's going to be needed. Let's just say it involves hugs. That's all I'm going to tell you. Anyway, so yeah, I don't do like the big exotic vector work like the robots or super forms, unless of course it's one of my super forms, which I am not going to spoil. But yeah, usually, so now I have help from not just Vector Brony, but now I have help from Brass Polish, and at some point I am going to be challenging him to do more demanding vectors. Again, this is all volunteer work. They do this out of the kindness of their heart. I literally came up to Brass saying, I need help with vector work for the TF2 project. Would you be up for it? And he said, it is a team effort. I used to do it all by myself, and not anymore. It's gotten too crazy for me to do. The project's just gotten too big. As for this episode in particular, I had a lot of fun with it. I'm grateful to Vector making those new backgrounds of the desert and the oasis. I find it funny and cartoony that 1 minute's a desert, and the next minute after that wipe out with soy milk, it's now an oasis of soy milk. It's hilarious. Ink Rose's fire form, her super form, basically. Yeah, that's gonna be a recurring thing, and we're probably gonna be seeing more super forms. I mean, you guys already have, technically, but there's gonna be more. This is a start to even more. So, lots of fun. Anyways, yeah, I mean, there were some things I wish I had for this video. I wish I had like a glass effect for when ink broke. I wish I had vectors of ingredients being thrown into the pot by Dusty. Yeah, there could have been some improvements to this video, but it still came out okay, in my opinion. A lot of people seem to enjoy it. Ink and KP were satisfied with it, so yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. Of course, if you guys, I'm well aware that there are going to be other videos that will be including former Pyro to Critic Y2K. I want to point out that the next upcoming videos that have him in it that I'll be critiquing, again, those were done months, if not almost 2 years ago for some of these. I'm not going to be focusing on him. I'm going to be focusing on critiquing my work. That is the point to why I do these videos, is to critique my work and basically give a behind the scenes of what I did or what I wish I could have done. Again, he's no longer part of the project. That's been made abundantly clear on Dr. Wolf's channel. He's been removed from other future projects. I've even had to go back and re-edit some videos that used to have him in it. Audio had to be redone by DeWill Stater and Joey Turner. I can't make this any clearer than I have been, that he's no longer in part of the project. I'm not going to say who's replacing the Pyro Eater. That is yet to be determined. And throwing your hat into the ring is not going to help us with deciding either. So just have patience with us, guys. In the meantime, please go and check out the latest video that was edited by Ty and Daga. Not by me, Ty and Daga. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun, and it has a really big surprise for you guys. I'll give you a hint. Ah! Keep it out for those rainbows, guys. They'll make you smile.